Applause. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. What a pleasure it is to be here at Center, New York City, New York, USA, as we welcome you to the Fanatics Fest 2005 and this very special press conference from what will prove to be the fight of the decade. Champion versus champion. Two of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world are going to go at it on September 13th in Las Vegas. And it will be broadcast exclusively live on Netflix. And it's all brought to you by Riot Season, Sella, and TKO. And at this time, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the champions. Applause. I think there's only one way to start off meeting the champions. Are you ready? Applause. The thousands in attendance and the millions around the world who are going to love this fight on September 13th, 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble. Applause. Introducing first the challenger. He comes to us from Omaha, Nebraska, USA. Music. He is the only fighter in boxing history during the full belt era to become undisputed champion in two different divisions. He's the former lightweight world champion, former undisputed super lightweight world champion, former undisputed welterweight champion, and now the current middleweight super welterweight champion of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, ranked by many as pounder best fighter in the world today. Deadly undefeated. More time for the vision chapter. Applause. Good girl. Music. His opponent will come to the ring as a man recognized for a decade as being pound for among the best in the world. Music. 63 victories, 39 big wins by knockout, 2 defeats, 2 draws. He's a former middleweight world champion, former light heavyweight world champion, former super welterweight world champion, and now the reigning and defending undisputed super champion of the world. Applause. Music. Applause. Hallelujah. Applause. Music. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to bring two gentlemen to the stage at this time. First of all, the managing director of Sella. Please welcome Dr. R.A. Music, with the doctor. Your pleasure to introduce the chairman of the General Entertainment Authority and the Saudis Boxing Federation, His Excellency Perry Alash. Music. Applause. Music. Yeah. Applause. Applause. Music. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to excellence here. I'd like to add something that fight fans really appreciate. Over the last year and a half, and we all realize one of the great things in the world of boxing is to have an undisputed world champion. And His Excellency has spearheaded 6 world championship fights for the undisputed title, including this one coming up over the past year and a half. It's a fight band. Thank you very much. Applause. I live in America. Hello everyone. In the beginning, I want to thank the Crown Prince, Prince Mohammed bin Salman, who the support of the Saudi Boxing Federation and Jia Ariat season. I want to thank my partner Dr. Akam from I want to thank the two legend Crawford and Canelo. Applause. Finally, it's happened and we are happy because you are happy. Now in Netflix because of one man who's convinced me to do something like this as we have him here. Please welcome Mr. Nick Khan from TKO WWE. I have now my brother behind the stage. He will come and continue this conference. I want to thank Bella from Netflix. I give her tough time. She must understand I am with her and I support her. Sorry to delay this conference from the 16th of May until now for technical issue, but she must understand I do this deal for her, and for Nick Khan it's all good. We have at the table too big I don't hear you, but I will continue too big platform with big contracts, but we prefer Netflix because the Netflix is the biggest platform in the world. I am sure this is the beginning of big relationship, and I promise you to deliver more and more big fights in the future. Yeah. And I need you to understand we have at the table the most expensive boxing contract ever happened before. I will not allow the numbers, but I will leave it to the legend and the vitals. And now I will give the flag of the conference to my brother and dear friends Dana White. Applause. Music. What's up, New York? Thanks for coming out today. We appreciate it. Alright, let's get this started. Who's got the first question? He's got the first question. Go ahead, Canelo. Canelo. J. Martinez TV. This would be a question for Canelo and Crawford. Canelo. Always a big question. Why Crawford? Obviously, there's always more. There's other fights that people want for you. So, why Crawford? You mentioned before that Copper was in your radar. Question for you, Copper, would be obviously there's a bonus now for a knockout. Are you going to be looking for that bonus? If so, in what style? He's one of the great fighters the last year. Obviously, he's a great fighter. That's why champion. And my brother Tashi asked him so much for this fight. So, we are here and I think it's a good fight for the fans. Music, I'm going just keep it real. I'm hunting. That's it. I'm hunting everything that he got. Applause. Question for Canelo Alvarez. Canelo, your coach Eddie Reynoso, he's one of the best ever to do it. What's the biggest thing you've learned from Coach Eddie? Just stop ducking. Can you ask again, please? Coach Eddie Reynoso is one of the best coaches to ever do it. What have you learned from him in preparation for this fight? Oh, I learned everything. Eddie is one of the best. He's the best trainer in the world and he have everything. He always try to learn something new and we're going to prepare ourselves just especially for Caffer. We know he's a great fighter. But we're ready. We're ready to do it. A question for Terence Crawford. You and Canelo are some of the best boxers in the world and in this generation. If you win against Canelo, where would you rank yourself among the list of greatest of all time? Music, applause. Well, you going again? Yeah. This one's for you, Dana. Everybody's shocked obviously that this opportunity came really quick obviously with your promotions coming in with Turkey. How does it feel having these two great fighters obviously going to be Hall of Famers to promote this event for in September? Yeah, obviously it's incredible. I wouldn't be where I am today without the sport of boxing. I've always loved the sport of boxing and for this to be the first fight that I ever promote in boxing, it's incredible. It's an unbelievable experience. Question over here for Crawford. A few days ago in Riyadh, you had said that you weren't getting those big career legacy-defining fights. How confident are you, Dev, that a victory over Canelo would put you up there with those all-time greats and give you maybe that satisfaction that you think you deserve at this stage of your career? I'm very confident. Everything's happening on God time. There's a reason why I wasn't getting those big fights because God was preparing me for this moment right here. And question for Canelo. Canelo, obviously you fought some of the all-time greats. Where would this victory stack up against some of the other ones that you've earned and where would Terence Crawford fall within your resume? How do you feel? It's going to be one of my best victories in my career. Obviously, he's a great fighter. He's a legend, but it's going to be good for my books. Music, go ahead, sir. Damn, you followed boxing so closely for decades. What is it about what Turkey was doing that brought you to the table to invest so deeply your time into boxing? What's the question? What about what Turkey is doing? What about it that brought you so closely to boxing? Yeah. None of this happens while Turkey has been able to make fights that nobody could ever make, including this one. I mean, this is a once-in-a-lifetime fight. This is a fight that people would have been talking about 10 years from now, wishing that it happened. It wouldn't have happened without him. And obviously the Crown Prince. It's amazing what these guys are doing. And for Canelo with the kind of synergy with WWE and Nick Khan building a relationship with him. Is there a chance we see some cross-promotional appearances in WWE? Are we talking about it? Maybe, applause, go ahead. Brian Shepard for Death Pen Media. My question is for Terence Crawford. But when you were here in New York leading into the Errol Spence fight, you said, I can assure you, you're going to walk away and say, Terence Crawford is special. You're going to mark me down as one of the greatest of all time. When you visualize this fight, and when people walk away, what do you want them to say? Well, I want all the people in the stands that boo me, they're going to cry when they go, music, applause, I just found out what the sign language means for cry. Music, I'm from the UFC world. You're bringing me over to the box world. I appreciate everything you've done for combat sports. What does it mean? How does it feel to you to be one of the masterminds in what could be the most viewed fight in combat sports history? Yeah. Yeah. I have always had this theory that if you put on two fight, if you can get people to stay home on a Saturday night, you put on two great fights the same night. We have UFC know that night. And I know there's a lot of question about this. The main events the main cards will not cross over. You'll be able to watch one right into the other. So to be a part of the historic night on a Mexican Independence Day, yeah, it's I love it. I feel very blessed to be here. Thank Turkey and both the fighters up here. It's going to be a great night, historic night of fighting. Thank you, Turkey. And thank you guys. What one question.